All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth in all truth and sincerity. Real quick, what the fuck? Okay. I just want to get into this quick article. We make this real quick, but this is in regards of something I saw the other day. I forget why I saw this information. Could have been, I think that might have been just a regular Google search engine. But this is from CNN, and it reads, the first driverless semis have started running regular long-haul routes. Now, we already know how these devils are talking about all this automation, all this AI, all this things are basically where it's going to be less human workers and more work by the machines. Now, it's coming to fruition, and what comes next? What does that go to show? That this devil is transitioning into the new system, which is going to be what? The B system, which ultimately is going to bring in what? The MOTB. So with this, now, what's that mean for truck drivers? This company, I think I've seen this company's name before, Aurora, and you already had other companies like Amazon. I believe Amazon was doing something with trying to do driverless trucks. I think Tesla was going to do something, Elon Musk, and a bunch of things. So basically, it's going to be a thing. Now, this is something that the prophets of YAHAWASHI warned about that was going to start happening in these last days. This because this is prophecy. This has none of this devil. It has nothing to do with the actual advancement of technology per se, but it's really about his control and how he's trying to be like the Most High, because he wants to be able to monitor everything. He wants to be able to control everything. And he has to do that through this technology that he has concocted, which is all this AI, all this driverless trucks, all this shit that's not going to involve humans. Which means what? They'll still get paid, and then then when it's going to happen with that, they're going to start bringing in things like the universal basic income, which means what? Grinding shall cease, and that's going to be the cause. The cause that he's bringing, that his MOTB is going to be what? This technology and this new system, and it's going to be what with the saying that it's going to be faster, easier, quicker, cheaper. And what's going to happen to the masses of people that's used to the whole thing of used to working, and that's why the younger generation, that's why their work ethic is so bad, because they have all the technology, they have all these things to where they don't really need to actually quote unquote do a hard day's work. A hard day's work to these young cats now is like YouTube and influencing and all that shit. But we get to this article. So this is from CNN Business, and like I said, the title of the article is the title of the video. It says the first driverless semis have started running regular long-haul routes. Now this is from this is from CNN Business. What the fuck? And this is from May 1st, which is what 2 days ago. So this is out of Washington D.C. It says driverless trucks are officially running their first regular long-haul routes, making round trips between Dallas and Houston. So what? It's in Texas with it. So it says on Thursday, autonomous trucking firm Aurora announced it launched commercial service in Texas under its first customers, Uber Freight and Hirschbach Motor Lines, which delivers time and temperature-sensitive freight. Both companies conducted tough test runs with Aurora, including safety drivers to monitor the self-driving technology dubbed Aurora Driver. Aurora's new commercial service will no longer have safety drivers. So they did their test run. See, they're moving quick. And how much longer till the other companies follow suit? Till you're gonna have more driverless or automated truck driving companies, or the companies that's already around that truck, because they're saying that truck drivers are losing their jobs right now with all of what's happening. So all these tariffs, all that is bringing in, what's the end game? Is this system, the new system, which means what? People are going to be losing jobs more and more. And if truck drivers aren't driving trucks, and now all of a sudden they got this automated truck driving shit, that's the cause. It says we founded Aurora to deliver, and I think I heard this company before, but it says we founded Aurora to deliver the benefits of self-driving technology safely, quickly, and broadly, said Chris Urmson, CEO and founder of Aurora, in a release on Thursday. It says, now we are the first company to successfully and safely operate a commercial driverless trucking service on public roads. So in Texas, because they said from Houston, they said from Dallas to Texas they did this. So in Texas, they now have driverless trucks on the road with the public, on public roads. It says that, and how much longer until it's going to be nothing but driverless trucks on the road delivering things. So it says the trucks are equipped with computers and sensors that can see the length of over 4 football fields. In 4 years of practice, hauls the truck's technology has delivered over 10,000 customer loads. As of Thursday, the company's self-driving tech has completed over 1,200 miles without a human in the truck. It says Aurora is starting with a single self-driving truck and plans to add more by the end of 2025, which is the end of this year. So it's only within a few months. Because what? It's May now, so you got May, June, July, August, September. So you only have like some months. So they're not talking about years down the line. They're talking about at the end of this year. And that's been the thing. All this AI, all this automation has been a thing that's been having people lose their jobs. You have it's the rise of machines. Now the machines are taking over. And they said they've completed over 1,200 miles without a human in the truck. Without a human in the truck. When you think about it, 1,200 miles, that's a lot. It says self-driving technology continued to garner attention after over a decade of hype, especially from auto companies like Tesla, GM, and others that have poured billions into the tech. So they've already been spending hella money on this, and it's all probably started doing 2020 and maybe a few years before. Because they didn't just plan this up in 2025. This has been the thing that they want to jump start that they've already been planning for years. Because remember, Elon Musk was talking about the UBI in 2017, which is almost 10 years ago. And technology itself has been advancing at a rapid rate for years now. Okay, so it says companies in the market of autonomous trucking or driving tend to use states like Texas and California as their testing grounds for the technology. I'm assuming just because of the size and the market of those states. It says California-based Gatik does short-haul deliveries for future 500 retailers, like Walmart. It says another California tech firm, Kodiak Robotics, delivers freight daily for customers across the South, but with safety drivers. So what? With safety drivers, but soon enough they're gonna have what? They're gonna have the safety drivers. So they're gonna have the man to assess it, supervise it for a while. But then once they see that it's good, they ain't gonna have no need for the safety drivers. Which means what? That's another person losing their job. Just like they said in AI, it's only going to be 3 fields that's going to be able to withstand the AI takeover. And they said that's coders, engineers, and biologists. And even the amount of number of them is going to decrease. So if you have people going to school for it now, how they're going to do it, they're going to just have a couple people to basically monitor the AI. Because you still going to need humans to actually monitor what's going on with the AI. But you see with this company, they already said they have done it without safety drivers. So they've delivered long haul routes already without safety drivers. Which means what? That's a truck driver that lost a job. And soon enough, you're gonna have all these other companies, these technology billionaires, these billionaire tech motherfuckers, they're gonna be following suit and making more of these companies. And the companies that already have the man and the human drivers and that's want to shift to this route. Because what? It's going to be cheaper. And I'm talking about the people at the top, the people that the CEOs of these companies, not the supervisors, not the people that just work there. We're talking about these are the people at the top doing this. It says Waymo, a subsidiary of Google parent company Alphabet, had an automated trucking arm, but dismantled it in 2023 to focus on its self-driving ride hauling services. Self-driving. Get rid of the humans. The grinding shall cease for humans. They're gonna have it to where technology runs the world. Because this is Esau's kingdom, his technology. They have all these scientists, they have all these whatever biologists, they have all these people that study these things, went to school for these things, and all these top-notch firms and these billionaires, they fund these programs. Just like when you go, I was watching the Nutty Professor 2 yesterday, and when you go into the Nutty Professor, he was like a professor, a scientist, motherfucker, Sherman Klump, and he had what? The dean of the university that was, what? They would do things, and they would have what? Have the billionaires fund those programs, fund those things that they came up with at the school or in the lab. And it's the same thing they do in real life. They have these scientists, they have these people that know this shit, because these billionaires are idiots. So they have these, they have the backing, they have the financial backing. So what happens is they have these scientists and these engineers and whatnot. They're in the lab, they're doing these things, they're testing things out, they're experimenting on things, and the billionaires are coming and they're seeing the progress that they're having. And once the progress seems very satisfying, that's when they fund the money and bring it to the public. And that's what they're gonna start doing with these driverless cars. They already have the whole basically online banking. You go to a restaurant, the AI can take your order, bring the food, robots. So they've been playing right in our faces and phasing humans out and having what? The rise of the machines. Having the machines do the work. But continuing on, it says, however, consumers and transportation officials have raised alarms on the safety record of automated vehicles. Aurora released its own safety report this year detailing how its technology works. Oh, that's something else. It says unions that represent truck drivers are usually opposed to the driverless technology because of the threat of job loss and concerns over safety. What? Job losses, but ultimately what? Safety as well. But the main thing is the loss of work, and that's what the scripture said. That's what the prophecy said. But hold on, let's get that. Speaking of which, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 4, and I'm going to read that in the NLT. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the King James, then I'm going to read the NLT. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. But when you go into the NLT, it hits a little different. It says, Ecclesiastes 12 and 4 in the NLT. Remember him before the door to life opportunities is closed, and the sound of work fades. It says what? Remember him, which is the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed. The door to life's opportunities is closed, and the sound of work fades. And what's happening right now? The sound of work is fading. Like the motherfucking is fading quickly. That's what, and it says, now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint. It's gonna be dead out here, man. It's gonna be dead out here. People going, hey, people not going, once this technology, once they really get it off the ground more and more, there's going to be less people working. Because they're not going to have a need for all these people to be working, because what? They got the machines to take care of it. Now the things that the machines can do, that's the jobs that everybody's not going to be able to do. Everybody's not going to be able to just become an engineer. Everybody's not going to be able to just become a coder. Everybody's not going to be able to become a biologist, man. These are professions that take years of school to do. And soon enough, they ain't gonna want them motherfuckers doing this shit. They're gonna have a small amount of these people that could do this work to help monitor the AI, maintain it, and keep it supervised. But at the end of the day, once that's phased out, how many people gonna be out of work? And I remember years ago, I had a dream that I was at like in a dream I was by like a town hall meeting, and I was in a town hall meeting. I was by like a city hall, like they got the big steps, and it was like a bunch of people out on the streets because they had no work. Nobody was working. But you see that? It said, remember him in that day when the door to life's opportunity is closed and the sound of work fades. That's what he just said in this article. He said, it says unions that represent truck drivers are usually opposed to the driverless technology because of the threat of job loss and concerns over safety. Earlier this year, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration rejected a petition from automated driving companies Waymo and Aurora seeking to replace traditional warning devices used when a truck broke down with cab-mounted beacons. The Transport Workers Union argued the petition would hinder safety. So basically, that's going to be another thing too, is safety, which is understandable. Like trusting a machine to drive long hauls of a product. And speaking of product, you have all this issue with the tariffs and the product. What product is these machines gonna be driving? What the 3D printed meat? So that's what's about to happen. The sound of work is fading, man. And if it's starting with truck drivers, remember truck drivers they make this whole thing go round. DOT, the Department of Transportation. If these people start losing their jobs and they're putting that in AI's hands or automation's hands, what's going to fall down under that? Everything else. But that's all I want to bring it out. So, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Israel, aka the Apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom. I forgot I had who guys.